So we have Coneteks 2.13M attachment with forestry rotor head, and we have with 1.4 meter attachment with forestry rotor. So this is how our attachment looks from the outside. This is forestry 2.13M, and this is 1.4 meter attachment. So we have overgrown field, and we will do deep grind test first with Takeuchi TL8R2 with high flow option. It's stopping for some reason. It's stopping for some reason because all the grass is stopping it. It's not going deep at all, and it's stopping on this machine. Maybe it's the power of the L8R2 Takeuchi, but we will test it with our attachment and see. It's going just over the tops. The grinding depth is not deep at all, and it's all full with grass. This will be bad for leveling and settling after. As you can see, all the grass is coming out from the ground. Just barely touching the surface. This is the deepest you can go. And it's stopping all the time. So we will try to go slower, so it's capable of running the attachment. But yes, you can't pull out the grass. Grass root system is still in the ground, and it will be tough to level and settle. We will try to level and settle with this attachment and see how it performs. So all the grass and root system of the grass is still here. It's all visible, and you can't pull it out from the ground. Trying to level and settle, but it's still really soft. All the foot marks are left, and it's bumpy for some reason. He's trying to go deeper now. You can grind some sort, but it still has all the grass in the soil, and it's like pulling holes in the ground, if you will, like these. You see how the grass is rolling, and well, what can I say? You still can grind like overgrown field with grass. I'm not sure how it will perform on stumps. It looks like it's more for forestry use, not for landscaping field. You still can grind and get to the soil and try to grind all the grinded vegetation into the soil, but it's all visible. It stays soft even after you go over. And it does not go deep at all. even though it's 1.4 meter wide only, so it should have a lot of power, but it's stopping all the time, even going really slow. We do have to swap hydraulic hoses, couplers, because Takeuchi has larger couplers. We'll swap these and put this attachment on this small Takeuchi, and we will put whatever it's called onto Bobcat T870 and see how it performs. So now we will do one stripe with deep grind with Bobcat T870 with Coneteks 2.13M. So one line with deep grind. So you can see the grinding depth is really deep and no grass is visible after you go over. Some little pieces, but it's all grinded out from the soil. You can see how deep it goes. So it's time for 2.13M Coneteks attachment with Takeuchi TL8R2 with high flow option. And you can clearly see the grinding depth difference. And it's not stopping at all. Same field, it's clay, it's wet clay, so it's really tough to grind with any attachment. But you can see the grinding depth. Almost no grass is visible. It's not pulling holes into the soil, so you can grind deeper and hide all the vegetation into the soil. So you do deep grind and you have perfect soil for leveling and settling afterwards, compared to this soil, where it's all with vegetation, it's not grinded out, and you can't level and settle properly. It's bumpy. You will have to go over a few times to get it to this performance. But Takeuchi TL8R2 is fully capable of running Coneteks 2.13M attachment. As you can see, it's not stopping. So even smaller Takeuchi, again Coneteks approved. Takeuchi machines are fully capable and have a lot of hydraulic power, even for the size of them. So just to show you the grinding depth that you can grind in. So it's going really deep, and you can hide all the vegetation that you grinded into the soil easily. And we have attachment 1.4 meter wide to Bobcat T870, and we'll see if Bobcat has more power to grind the soil. With Bobcat T870, and it's stopping as well, it does not have the power on the attachment. It does grind the soil, you can get to the black soil, but you still have all the vegetation because you can't go as deep, and it's tough to level and settle the soil afterwards because all the grass. So we will go slower now, so the attachment does not stop, but it's stopping anyway, even if you go slower. So it's not going as deep, and you can see here the problem. All the vegetation is grinded in a small depth, and you can't level and settle. You see it's pulling holes in the soil. it's pulling holes into the ground. When you try to level and settle, it stays bumpy because all the grass and all the vegetation is not grinded into the soil deep enough. It's all bumpy. Even in grinded soil, when you try to deep grind, it's pulling holes. I'm not sure what this attachment is meant for, but definitely not for leveling and settling, and definitely not for landscaping field. Maybe it's okay in the forest where you don't need a nice quality result afterwards, but it's having trouble even grinding this kind of grass on a simple field. This is an honest comparison video. We are manufacturers, and this was a long-awaited video for everyone. It's hard to get your hands on the attachments, on these attachments in our country, but we finally have got one to test it and show you guys in the video the true differences between both of them. It's probably more meant for like already grinded soil to go over, but for overgrown land it's having troubles even for its size. We'll try to level and settle with Coneteks 2.13M attachment. And you get a nice and perfect result. And with Coneteks 2.13M attachment you go deep as hell, so you have a lot of room to hide all the vegetation. There is a difference if you go 9 to 10 inches deep or you go 3 inches deep. You can't grind all the vegetation into soil if you go only 3 to 5 inches. It's not enough, at least for landscaping field. And Takeuchi is surprising us. TL8R2 with high flow option is fully capable of doing deep grind. So anyways, today's review, Takeuchi TL8R2 is capable of running Coneteks 2.13M attachment. We suggest 1.8M attachment or 1.6M attachment for this size of the machine, as you only need to cover the track size on the wide of the attachment, so you're not damaging the tracks in the forest. We do have 2.13M on Bobcat T870 as it's wider, and we do need to cover the tracks so we don't damage the tracks. So long awaited review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't think you will have any more questions after this review video. I hope I showed everything. As in landscaping or any other business, the time is money, so as fast as you can do the job and with best quality, you can earn more money. Save time, save money on labor, on fuel. And you can do up to 3 acres a day. Deep grind, level and settle, prepare for sowing grass seed with our attachment. And as you could see in the video, both of these machines, Takeuchi TL8R2 and Bobcat T870, wasn't capable of running their attachment even up to 3 inches deep.